Hi students, this is Dr. Penrod. Welcome back to school again. This is the course NUR 325 for the accelerated students and traditional students for spring 2022. So this video is just to get you oriented to the course. So what I've done is I've opened up the Evolve Classroom, and you see that over here under Content Home, you see up on the screen, I put up the share path that will have all of your assignments in it, the syllabus, the curriculum map, and then this is the folder that I will be putting the audio PowerPoint for the first chapters that we're going to go through for this week. So you'll want to look in this folder, as well as like if when we get back to teaching in the classroom, this might be where I leave other resources week by week that might help you study better. So be sure and check out this folder week by week, and I'll try to make an announcement in class when I've added things that might be of interest to you. So let's look at the syllabus first. Go ahead and open up the syllabus. Okay, so, whoops. All right, so our syllabus is right here, and the textbook at Huther and McCants and Brasher's, Understanding Physiology, Pathophysiology. So as I scroll down, I think the biggest thing that you are interested in is how are you going to be graded for this course. So what I've done with pathophysiology is you're going to have 10 EAQs, and these 10 EAQs are worth 5 points each for a total of 50% or 50 points or 5% of your grade. Though the EAQs you do on your own, and they're easy. They're all set at intermediate level. It's just something you just keep taking questions until you level up. Okay, I've added in some quizzes into this course, and the quizzes will be given during class time. There'll be 6 quizzes total. Each of them are worth 10 points, and I will drop the lowest quiz grade so you have a total of 50 points. So, and then there are 4 exams for the course. Each exam is worth 175 points, which gives you 700 points for exam scores. Your finals were 200, so you see the breakdown of the course. So exams are pretty heavy, 70% of the course, and then the EAQs and the quizzes, they're each worth 5%, and then your final is worth 20%. I set up the course like this because the biggest predictor of your success on NCLEX lies in how well you do on exams and the final. So that's why this is the majority of the class, is right here with exams and the final. Okay, you have to be able to get at least 78% points to do well, to be able to pass NCLEX. So that's why this is set up like the way it is. And you will notice I have a line here. An extra 5 points may be earned by completing the course evaluation at the end of the course, so keep that in mind. Okay, this paragraph only applies to this class as far as tests are concerned. The quizzes, I've already built into the system that you will have 1 quiz dropped, so there won't be any making up of quizzes. If you're out for COVID and you miss a quiz, well, then that'll just be the quiz that gets dropped. Or, God forbid, you have a family member who passes away and you miss the quiz in class, that'll just be the quiz that gets dropped. Okay? If you miss any other quizzes in class, I don't make them up, so you will get a 0. So I do have that built into my system here. So as far as makeup tests, if a student misses an exam due to extenuating circumstances, the student will be allowed to make up 1 exam. So you're going to have to show that extenuating circumstances exist, such as death of a family member or personal illness that's verified by a healthcare provider. And once you show that proof, then you'll be allowed to make up one exam. And if you miss more than one exam, then you're going to receive a 0 for any other exams that you miss. Okay, so keep that in mind. Don't skip an exam. It's better for you to go ahead and take the exam when it's assigned to you, rather than trying to make up an exam at the end of the course. Okay, I can't really stress that enough. Okay, now as we go down, then we look at the HESI specialty exams, the Elsevier resources. So you know that in week 13, you will, let me find where it says it in here. Yeah, it doesn't say week 13, but you take a practice exam for pathophysiology, and you need to get 90% on the practice exam in order to sit for the HESI exam. Now, I need to mention to all of you guys that I did look ahead, and there is only one version still of pathophysiology. So you won't have two versions. So you'll do your 90% on your practice exam in week 13, and then you will take the only one version of the specialty exam during finals week. So you won't have time to have a second exam. And that is nothing, it has nothing to do with our program. It's periodically Elsevier goes in and revises the tests, and they're still revising another version of the pathophysiology HESI exam. So we only have one version available right now. Maybe next year's classes will get to specialty versions, two versions of the specialty exam for pathophysiology, but right now we're still operating with one. And you see that you're at level 2, and this is 20% of your grade. All right, student conduct code. I'm not going to go into this. Make sure you read it. It has to do with just being kind to each other, avoiding being disrespectful, just being respectful of others and their opinions. You know, academic dishonesty will not be tolerated. Foul or inappropriate language will not be tolerated. Being argumentative and uncooperative in class, here again, not productive. So just kind of keep those things in mind. So that is the syllabus for the course, and I'm going to pause for a moment and go to the curriculum map. Okay, this is the curriculum map for NUR 325 pathophysiology. So you see it goes week by week, and I have the EAQs listed in the curriculum map for you. So week 1, I'm going to be lecturing on parts of chapter 7 and 8 and 22, and adding any PowerPoint notes that I have to go along with these chapters. Your chapter 7 and 8 deals with immunity, and chapter 22 deals with hematology. So I have those things planned for us for week 1. And like I said, this first week is virtual, so I'm going to do audio PowerPoint for these chapters for you and have them in the Evolve Classroom under week 1. And you also see that you have 2 EAQs that are due. They're due by the 16th, which is, let me look just to make sure. The 16th is Sunday at midnight. So typically the EAQs will be due then, but I do have to double back a little bit here at the beginning. So These two are due Sunday on the 16th. And what I did was I gave you a couple more days to do the EAQ on cardiovascular function. I made it due on the 18th, which is a Tuesday night at midnight, because I'll be talking about cardiovascular structure and function during lecture on the 19th. So I want to make sure you guys get that EAQ done before I lecture on it on the 18th. On the 19th, I mean. Okay, so this is the only time that I have an EAQ that's due other than on a Sunday evening. I'm doubling back, but I think you guys can handle it. I really want you to do the EAQ, have it done before we lecture on that material, because it'll help you as you follow along with my plan here, that you'll review the information before you come to class. So that way maybe you might come to class and ask me questions. Okay? It might help solidify what you did in the EAQ, what you learned, and what we talk about in class. Okay, so you see we're going to do parts of 7 and 8 in chapter 22. We're going to do 25 and 26. And then by week 4, we're going to have our first exam over 7, 8, 22, 25, and 26. And my plan is on exam days that you'll take the exam and then you'll leave, and I'll provide a audio PowerPoint for this chapter, or some activity that helps you learn the information, because you can see that the following week I'm going to finish up talking about structure and function of the pulmonary system. Okay, so I'm sure you can follow along with this curriculum map. And so you've got exam 2 after a while. Then there's exam 3. We get down toward the bottom and you see week 13. You have the HESI practice exam. And then we finish up exam 4 material. And then exam 5, at week 15, you'll take exam 4. And then you'll take the HESI specialty exam, version 1, during finals week. So that is a synopsis of the plan, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.